Alright, hello and welcome to the L4D2 infected tier list. I would say special infected, whatever. Alright, no talking. Let's get right into this. And as a very shit player at this game, I would be rating these infected typically about how good they are and how annoying they are. But if they're less annoying and more good if you use them right, then yes, it would make difference there. So the less annoying it is in campaign, but the more better it is in versus mode, then yeah. So let's get right into it. Alright, the first one we have is common infected. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Terrible. Alright, I understand. That's what makes Left 4 Dead 2 the common infected. But after you played this game for at least a ton of hours and play expert mode, fucking play versus mode for crying out loud, or tank rush, you would realize that the common infected are the most shittest and annoying things in the fucking game. Because the minute they hit you, you stumble. Like, you don't stumble, I mean, like, you like, what's the word? You move slow, is what I mean. And, they're easy to do with 100%. You shoot them once they're dead. I mean, except in realism. For some reason. They have more health than realism, but not counting realism. They're pretty easy to kill. Like, common infected, they're the easiest infected to kill in the whole game. Even the uncommon infected, which I will rate each one individually, as you can see down here. But yeah, they're crap. I mean, at points in versus, they can be good, but the more time you play this game, the more you realize that freaking common infected are pieces of shit. Alright, let's just be real. Alright, next we have the first uncommon infected, which is the Cedar Zombie. Now the Cedar Zombies, I think only appears in Dead Center, and occasionally No Mercy. I think No Mercy in like not the fourth chapter, the third chapter. When you, as soon as before you enter the hospital, next, which is the fourth chapter, but before that, like at the end of the third chapter, pretty much when you get to the safe room in the third chapter. So yeah, so they're not that annoying, to be honest. But since they're common, they're pretty much common infected as well, but with like an ability or a little ability, you know. Common effect. This Cedar Zombie, he has the same amount of health as a regular infected. He's just immune to fire, Molotovs, pretty much, and pretty much fire bullets as well. But bullets are bullets, so it'll still kill him in a way. So yeah. So yeah, nothing really too annoying. The really good thing about it is that occasionally some of them drop boomer bottles, which boomer bottles are pretty damn good. Let's be real. I mean, as long as you're not puked. For real, so many noobs. I'm telling you. Noobs like me, I'm joking. But freaking just don't throw a boomer bottle when you're puked on. Or when any of your teammates are puked on. So yeah. But pretty much, is it good? It's not really that annoying infected, but he gives like a good reward, for killing him, which is a bio bomb. So I feel like because he's not that annoying, but I mean, he can be, maybe if you're trying to take out a horde with your Molotov, next thing you know, you see a billion hazmat zombies, which will probably never happen. Actually, because he gave more bios, which are really good for rushing and just running ahead. Put him at good. I think he's good. Alright. Next up, we have the Jimmy Gibbs Jr. zombie, which only appears in Dead Center finale and has a pretty low chance of showing up. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I tried to do research on this guy, so apparently he has 1000 health. And he's immune to fire, which I don't know, because I've been playing this game for 8 years, or 9 years, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was 8. Pretty sure it's 8, but whatever. Only seen him once. Only seen him once. I think I do remember him taking a shit ton of bullets, so he is kind of strong. But even though I can just go on PC and use mods and spawn him in. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's cool that they just added like an Easter egg showing that he's dead. Something. Jimmy Gibbs Jr. But overall, because you never see him or anything like that, I'll just put him at bad because you never really see him. So that doesn't really make him a threat. So, yeah. Alright, next up, we have the Fallen Survivor zombie. And, let me just say, it's really good. One, when you kill him, he can give med packs, he can give throwables, molotovs, pipe bombs, but I'm pretty sure he can't give bios. He cannot give bios. And he can also give pills, but not adrenalines. So very rewarding. But occasionally, he has 1000 health. So that's the problem. And occasionally, he will run away. Because he's a little pussy bitch boy. But kill him with like 2 swings of a melee weapon. And he's probably dead. Or 3 swings at least. Just shove him. Fucking shove him. Slice him, shove him, slice him. And I'm pretty sure he only appears in the passing as well. And I'm thinking that he probably appears in Crash Course as well. Since the Last Stand update on PC. Which I'm not too sure because fucking I don't play Crash Course. So yeah. He's definitely good and rewarding. But I think I have to put him perfect, to be honest. Because sometimes it could come in clutch with that med kit and those pills and those throwables you might need. But even though he can't, like I said, he can't run away. He can run away like a little pussy bitch boy. But, that's what makes him, not too good of a zombie. I don't know why he runs away like a little pussy bitch boy, but, whatever. Alright. Next up is the Clown Zombie from Dark Carnival. Only appears in Dark Carnival. I'm pretty sure, yeah, only appears in Dark Carnival. Maybe since the update he appears in other levels on PC, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure it's just Dark Carnival, so yeah. So yeah, all he really does is that. Man. Really, Clown Zombie is really not much of a threat, which at this point I don't really know what he does to even consider him a threat. But yeah, he just has squeakiness, and yeah, he just brings hordes of zombies towards him, I guess, or some shit like that. And it doesn't really attract hordes Like, imagine if it was like a screamer zombie or some shit, like from World War Z. But, you know, a lot more badder. Well, a lot worse. So the clown zombie is really not much of a threat. I mean, I guess it's cool. He has a cool little effect when you shove him. He honks his nose. It's pretty funny. um, uh, what's also funny is that he's a pretty shit uncommon infected. To be honest. So yeah, cause he's not that much of a threat to me, really. Maybe just because he's a common infected, would just put him at terrible. Pretty much. Alright, next. Alright, the Mudman Zombie. Mudman Zombie, pretty sure only appears in Swamp Fever. Maybe more maps, I don't know. I think maybe Death Toll as well. But I'm not sure. But yeah. What he basically does is kind of okay. Basically goes underwater and he runs fast and he like crouches like like a jockey. Like he's just like a small target. Because his crouch is kind of harder to hit, and occasionally when he hits you, he puts mud on your screen. I guess it's really not that bad, but yeah. But to be honest, it's more harder to tell of this zombie when he's in a horde. Then imagine shooting all those zombies, and then you miss one zombie because one of them's a fucking mudman. Then that point just gets kind of annoying, but it's a pretty. It doesn't really give you anything. Doesn't do anything. Not like the Cedar Zombie or the freaking Fallen Survivor Zombie. So yeah, not really much. He puts shit on your screen. That's all he does. Has the same amount of health. I guess. I'm pretty sure. And not really much to him. I mean, putting shit on your screen is not really much of a problem. But he can occasionally get annoying. Which is, I don't know why that makes it slightly better. But we'll just put it at bad. Go like bad. It's somewhat decent. Can sometimes be annoying, but I don't know. Because I say that as in versus wise, but campaign wise, I don't know. We'll just leave them there. I don't know, to be honest. Our construction workers. These guys can fuck off. Alright. What is a construction worker? Or worker zombie? Let me tell you. Basically, they're immune to noise. Which doesn't make sense to me, which. I don't know. Because imagine you shoot the car alarm on the first chapter of Hard Rain. And by the way, these are Hard Rain zombies. I think they appear in Dead Air as well. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure. But yeah, they're mainly from Hard Rain. Now, what's the deal with these guys? Well, here's the problem. They're immune to pipe bombs and bio bombs. But what gets me the most is bio bombs. Because this motherfucker is not supposed to hear anything. So when you throw the bio, he's supposed to go to it, because he still gets attracted to bio. Because if you or your teammates get puked on by a boomer, he'll still go after them. It's kind of stupid to me. And when you throw a bio, he doesn't go after it unless you hit another infected. But the problem with hitting another uncommon infected is that it usually dies, and then the construction worker will usually start to come after you. Being that one effing common. But yeah. screw these guys, honestly. Because they're so annoying. More annoying than these guys, I'm putting these at terrible, man. It's just so annoying. Construction workers, man. They're not rewarding. They don't give you jack shit. They just be annoying pieces of shit. That's it. Alright. Next, the police zombie. Or guard zombie. I don't know. Police guard zombie. Alright, these apparently only appear on the parish. I don't know what other campaign is. Probably other campaigns, but I don't know, to be honest. Excuse me. So yeah, they mainly appear on the parish. They can sometimes be annoying, especially when you're incapacitated. You can't really do anything. Because the only thing you can do with the police zombies is shoot them in the back. You can't shoot the front for any reason unless you have like a chainsaw, or you can only burn him or use a grenade launcher. You can shoot him in the front, I guess. But yeah, mainly bullets won't kill him, and the regular bullets won't kill him in the front. And even melee weapons. Some melee weapons. I'm pretty sure only the chainsaw can kill him in the front. But it's pretty easy to kill him. Just shove him, shoot him in the back. Pretty easy to kill. I mean, there's not really much to say about it, other than, like I say, if you're incapacitated, it's really annoying to deal with this guy, because if you're down, you have this one comment on you. He's a freaking police car's on. You can't shoot him because you can't shove him because you're incapacitated. You can't shove while you're incapped. So you just have this one effing comment just hitting you, and you can't do anything about it. Which in that point, it gets pretty bad, pretty annoying. And one thing he does is occasionally when you kill him, he drops a tonfa, which is a nightstick. But tonfa is another word for it. Which is, I mean, it's good if you want a melee weapon. It's not really the best melee weapon in the game, but, you know, it's okay if you want a melee weapon badly, then, you know, try to look for some police car zombies, kill them, and he'll probably give you one. Excuse me. Overall, pretty meh zombie. Uncommon infected. Alright. On to the special infected. Starting off with the boomer. And we're not going to be comparing the Left 4 Dead 1 infected, special infected. Even though we could compare the Left 4 Dead 1 tank to the Left 4 Dead 2 tank. But they'll pretty much go in the same tier either way, I feel like. So, anyways, let's get started. The boomer. So there's two variants of the boomer. You have the boomer, the Left 4 Dead 1 boomer, the Left 4 Dead 2 boomer, and the boomette, which is the female boomer. And there's no difference between all of them. He's the same. He has 50 health. Usually die with one shotgun blast, one combat shotgun. Very low health. Although, get puked on and expect a lot of comments coming towards you. Now here's the thing. In, I would say, campaign mode, or, you know, single player mode. Oh, my voice getting dry, so dry. I have to drink some water. Sorry about that. I would say the boomer, you know, in versus, you have to use them right. You don't want to spawn ahead. You don't want to spawn behind. You want to spawn like in the survivors. Just spawn in, go in, boom. And the thing with special infected, all the special infected, is that they're much better when you attack as a team. So we're going to be comparing them to a lot if they work best in team or not. But how good they work as a team. If they really contribute well to the team, which I'm pretty sure all specials do. But like I said, it's how well they contribute. the boomer with a team of specials is pretty damn good. Let's be real, because it brings commons. It brings freaking, like, imagine Boomer in a tank fight in the finale. That is just so annoying, dude. Still. So in campaign, he's not really much of a problem if you have it on easy and normal. But let me be real, I'm too much of a veteran to play easy or normal. In easy and normal, he stands there for a couple seconds and it says Boomer warning, and you have some time to react. But usually on expert or on versus, you usually shove the Boomer and shoot him. That's how the game shows you. You shove him, back up, and shoot him so his explosion won't get on you. Because he does cover you in bile, or any other survivors near him in bile. So, yeah. But I feel like overall, because commons are such a freaking pain in the butt, I feel like I put the Boomer at good. Just because he brings good infected with him. Well, good. He brings a horde of zombies, which for the special infected, when you work together as a team, I feel like that's really good because you cause more chaos. So yeah. An uncommon infected are shit to deal with, but you know. As long as you're using him right, he's pretty good. Alright, the Charger. This is a pretty easy one for me. Easily perfect. I don't know why you can barely see the picture. It's because it's transparent. Maybe I can change the background. I don't know how to do it. That's the problem. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't think that's how you do it. Alright. We just leave it like that. Oh, I think it's right here. Change background color. My bad. I'll just do that real quick. Change it to black. Oh, it's already on black. Okay, that's better. Whatever. Alright. So now you can see a lot better. Yeah, Charger. Okay. I'm drinking so much water, my voice is still getting so tired. Alright, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, Charger. Jesus, I can't speak. Charger is easy, perfect tier for me. And sorry if I'm sound tired as fuck. It's 12 in the morning for me. Alright, just wanted to get this video. Just do this video already. But it do be like that. Okay, as I was saying, Charger is easy, perfect tier for me. 1. He has a ton of health. 2. I mean, instant kills. Freaking charge. You can charge really far, making that the survivors have to go run all the way to their teammate. And he's just good infected. And versus, you can insta kill. You can pretty much bowl over a whole team. He does a lot of damage, and once you're pinned, the survivors, you can't they can't shove them or anything like that unless they use like a grenade launcher, explosive bullets. Well, I don't know if grenade launcher works, but I know explosive bullets work to free the survivor. And in campaign, he's not really much of a problem because charges are really freaking stupid. I mean, it's kind of funny how they're really dumb, but it do be like that. They have a lot of health. It takes like 2 melee weapon swings and a couple shots from any gun. A lot of shots. Mainly go for hit shots on his tiny ass head. Or any special infected. But yeah, combine this thing with a spitter. Oh, that's disgusting. Disgustingly good. I should say. Oh yeah, but easy perfect here for me. It's just so good. Hunter, on the other hand. Alright. Hunter. Where to put this guy? He's one of the most silent infected. So if you spawn in, you don't have to worry about spawning in. Let's talk about versus wise first. We'll talk campaign wise. Versus wise, you don't really have to complain about, worry about spawning in like too early or whatever. As long as you're not crouched, you won't make any noise. You could be completely silent. Just don't scratch for no reason. You won't make any noise. The Hunter is a really hard special infected to master. I've been playing for 8 years and I'm really not that good with the Hunter. It's not my favorite special infected to play as. Because, you really have to mainly rely on high damage pounces to really get some damage. He is, though, one of the fastest killing special infected. He kills survivors the quickest. Real, especially on expert. But in versus, he's the fastest killing special infected. Period. Excuse me. But other than that, now let's just talk campaign wise. Campaign wise, it won't really matter how high he pounces you from. He'll still won't do any damage. Cause I'm pretty sure in campaign he doesn't do any damage, even when he pounces you from freaking wherever. From I don't know, on 14 tall building. I don't freaking know. I'm just saying random stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really increase his damage or decrease it when he jumps from a high place in campaign. It doesn't mean anything. But he's one of the quickest killing infected, so if one of your teammates pinned, you probably immediately just want to save him, because he can kill pretty fast. But since he's such a hard special infected to learn and master, because like I said, even playing for 8 years, I still haven't mastered this guy, because he's not really my favorite infected, to be honest. So that's why I just put him at meh. Because the Hunter's pretty meh for me. You have to be really good with your pounces and verses in order for the Hunter to be effective. So it's really meh for me. Otherwise, easier said than done. Let's move on to the jockey. The jockey is definitely one of the most annoying ones. If you watched my last Left 4 Dead 2 videos, which was Rocket Dude, the amount of times I've gotten incapacitated or killed by a freaking jockey, let me tell you, I almost lost my fucking shit, dude. Jockey is the one of the most annoying affected. Because, like, you can shove the motherfucker, and it's like, what? I shoved you? Like, he's the most confused. Like, it's easier to dead stop a hunter than to somewhat dead stop a jockey, but dead stop mostly refers to hunters. But yeah, the jockey, he's a small infected. In versus, however, he's pretty meh. If, pretty much all grabbable infected are really good if a survivor is alone and which is with no other teammates. More effective. So the jockey can make them more further apart, causing them to move even further. You can do decent damage, especially in campaign, but I feel like campaign, man, he's not really my favorite infected. He's really easy to kill. You just aim for the head, boom, pretty much dead. As long as your accuracy's not really that much big of a deal. But yeah, when you ride a survivor, his recharge takes forever to recharge, dude. Let me tell you. So that's why people get triggered. But I'm putting the jockey at bad. It's really meh for me. I mean, well, bad, not meh, because the hunter is meh for me. Cause at least the hunter kills fast. I mean, it's like I said, the jockey can. I mean, you can ride a survivor over your ledge, maybe help a charger set up for insta kill, but like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, it's a pretty tough one for me. So yeah, his recharge is slow, takes forever. I mean, moving a survivor away from a team is not really that good. I mean, freaking pulling towards a witch, yeah, hey, that's pretty damn good. In that case, then yeah. But campaign-wise, oh my god, is he so annoying. Just cannot be bothered. But yeah, do be like that. Next up, we have the smoker. Left 4 Dead 1, Left 4 Dead 2 smoker. The smoker, I would say it's a pretty interesting one. Not because of his tongue, but it's not really his tongue. It's really apparently a mix of his organs, because that's what the Left 4 Dead survivors call it, but it's really his organs. So, get that out of the way. The smoker. In campaign, he's a bit annoying. I wouldn't say to the point where he's too annoying, because I usually hate smokers more than I did jockeys in campaign. But now I hate freaking smokers more. I freaking hate jockeys more. I mean, than I do smokers, dude. Let me tell you, dude. Woo-wee, I hate jockeys more. Alright. The smoker. In versus mode, let's talk about versus mode. He's a pretty good infected, as long as you go from a high place and try to avoid being seen, being shot at. He's pretty good infected, but usually he's kind of an easy target too as well, because as soon as you grab a survivor, you can't move or anything, so you're kind of a steal target, so it's easier for them to kill you. But at the same time, like, you're doing more damage, so it's somewhat decent because they have to take their time aiming for you, and you're just doing more damage rather than just shoving. And when they shove, you could just run away or something. But he's really good for sometimes pulling survivors off the ledge, helping chargers as well. Where do I put smoker? He's pretty good in verses as well for pulling him towards a witch. Let me tell you, that is so good. I don't know why it's better than a jockey, because at least the smoker can pull from long range. And I don't know, because the jockey's kind of a smaller target. I'm just going to put the smoker at meh. I really don't know where to put him. Because I don't really think he's good. I don't think he's bad or terrible. I don't think he's perfect either, though. I just think he's meh. But yeah, he's a pretty meh survivor. Survivor. Infected. But occasionally he can be good. You know, to drag and pull survivors back. The spitter. In campaign, the spitter is nowhere near a problem. It's not really a threat at all. But in versus, woo, you use the spitter right, and she can be a pain in the ass. But to the point where she's really good. So yeah. The spitter. Pretty much what the spitter does. You spit it on survivors. She spits this acid patch. But she doesn't swallow. Okay, she spits this acid patch, causing the survivors to do damage to it. I don't know why I'm bothered to explaining what she does if I didn't explain to the other. But I'm explaining it for this reason. The longer you stay in the acid, the more damage it does to them. So in campaign, it doesn't really matter what difficulty you play. She'll still do the same amount of damage. And so in versus. But in versus, man, it's freaking oh, frick. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I'm bad. Freaking spitter. Spitter and charge is the combo. Or pretty much any other infected, as long as you just combine it with any of the grabbable infected besides the boomer. But maybe the boomer can be good, because maybe if the survivors decide to camp, you can just spit on them and pretty much F them up in camping. Spitter just causes more chaos than the boomer does. But combine them two causes shit ton of chaos. And yeah, pretty much perfect here for me. Versus, she's really good in campaign. She's not really a threat. But yeah, she's really good as long as you use her right and go with your team. Do not just randomly spit on them solo. Just go in with your team. And that's the most effective way, or pretty much the only way to use the spitter to get something good. Or as long as if they're camping like little bitches, and yeah, use a spitter. I have two witches on here as well, and I'm just now explaining it. This is nighttime and day and white. Cannot speak. The nighttime and daytime witch. The daytime witch is called the Wandering Witch, but we'll start with the nighttime witch. The Left 4 Dead 1 witch, which mainly, the only reason why she was only Left 4 Dead 1, because all maps in Left 4 Dead 1 were in dark, which is the nighttime witch. But which is the regular witch, so yeah. This witch, she's not really that easy to crown, to be honest. But it's like I said, in campaign, the only thing she's mostly a threat is an expert campaign, because she will instantly kill you. Now, with the update came out, I'm pretty sure in easy, normal, or even advanced, she kills you a hell of a lot faster than she does now. Well, now she kills a lot faster than she used to. She used to kill really slow, but now she kills really fast, even on normal. She kills you hella fast, so she's more of a threat. But as long as you crown her, she shouldn't be that much big of a deal. No, I get it. Sometimes it's more risky. It's a bit risky to crown her, and not every time you're most likely gonna have a shotgun on you. Because, she sometimes have a chance of spawning in the map in campaign and or versus. And in versus, you can't play it as the witch or any of the uncommon infected, but that was pretty obvious. But in the witch, you cannot play as her. I'm pretty sure there is a mod where you can play as her, but it's a pretty cool mod. But it's whatever. I mean, it'd be pretty good, cool. If Left 4 Dead 3 ever existed, if you could play as the witch, that would be pretty cool. You move her to like different places and stuff. That would be cool. But yeah, she's kind of more harder to crown. But I learned to shoot that bitch in the titties or shoot her in the back, and just pretty much an easy crown. You could try to go for the head, but usually just shoot her in the titties, shoot her in the back. Shoot if he's facing front, shoot her titties. He's facing back, shoot her in the back. Way easier to crown that way. But yeah, I don't know. The only witch that I would say would cause more of a problem is the bride witch, which is in the past, which is a completely different witch, which only appears the passing, which when you frighten her or startle her, she will cause a horde, which is the only witch, nighttime witch, that does that. And she wears like a dress, bride witch. Which could have its own tier, because that witch who spawns a horde and startles a witch, yeah, no. I mean, especially if you crown her, but yeah. The witch overall, I would say it's pretty, I don't know. Kind of hard to say where to put it. On expert, she could be mad, but on versus, she's pretty mad too, because she's pretty easy to crown. I'll just leave her at good, because in versus she can be pretty hard to crown. And I feel like she gets startled more easier than the daytime witch. So, I don't know. Versus wise, campaign wise, I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. Wandering witch. This witch. This bitch. So it only appears in the daytime maps. So basically, dead center. Dead center. I'm trying to think of any daytime maps. Hard rain. Well, the first and second chapter of Hard Rain. And the parish. That's pretty much it. So, really, the only map she's appeared in. This witch. I mean, it's definitely the creepiest. When I first played Left 4 Dead 2, I was scared of this bitch. Like, oh my god, it's just really scary. Yes, total reaction. My total reaction. It's pretty more easier to crown than this witch, let me tell you. Way hell of a lot easier. Because the difference between this witch and that witch is this witch, the wandering witch, takes a couple seconds to attack you before she actually does. And this bitch, man, the minute you shoot her, she just immediately gets up and starts to attack you. This witch just screams like, and then she attacks you. Or whatever the fuck. So yeah, she's way less of a threat than the witch is. But because of that, I'm putting her at meh. Because she's not really that much of a threat. I mean, you can pretty much combine her the same way as you do in versus. But like I said, in versus, she takes a while to get to get actually startled and attack. Where this witch actually just straight up attack, doesn't wait, just gets up and attacks. Where this witch is like, nah, let me just scream first, then attack. Let me just scream. You should be like, do this little face thing like a little teenager bitch. But yeah, the tank. I mean, this is not really fair to put the tank on here because he's a special infected too as well. I mean, easy perfect tier. You just hands down, easy perfect tier. In campaign, the motherfucker has a shit ton of health. He throws rocks. He punches cars. Fucking shakes, makes fucking earthquakes. He's fucking thick. What is more there to say? He has chances to spawn and campaign. And he 100%, there's always like 2 tanks or 3 tanks on the finale. And versus just as much of a problem. He has a lot of health and throws rocks and does damage. In an expert campaign, back to campaign, he insta-caps you in expert. Just instantly incapacitates you by a rock throw or punch. Or if he punches you with a car or whatever. In versus mode, you just instantly incapacitate survivors with a heart by punching a car towards the survivors. But especially in versus, teammate is really desperately needed. But that's why when you play campaign though, that's why specials are occasionally spawning, so it won't make the tank fight too easy, because sometimes special infected will spawn. And like I say, if a boomer spawns, oof, it's going to be a problem. Especially in campaign mode versus. Now that's usually good for us, for boomer and tank. Oof, good combo. Just bring in common infected. Bring in more chaos. But yeah, doesn't really have any weaknesses. Yeah, the motherfucker has no weaknesses. Just his weaknesses are bullets, I guess. And fire does a really shit ton of damage to him, though. Let's be real. Man, imagine a freaking hazmat tank. But if we were comparing this tank, Left 4 Dead 2 tank, to the Left 4 Dead 1 tank, even though it does look like the Left 4 Dead 1 tank, but it's because I got this image, alright? Yeah, the Left 4 Dead 1 tank runs a lot faster than the Left 4 Dead 2 tank. Jesus Christ, dude. And occasionally, in Left 4 Dead 1, you can get 2 tanks. But I feel like you can tell when you're gonna get 2 tanks, because I noticed that. Because if a tank dies fast in expert, there's gonna be a chance that a second tank spawns, like 100% or 99%. But it do be like that. But yeah, punch cars, punches shit as survivors, throws rocks. I mean, not really much to say. I mean, perfect. I mean, what more do you want? Well, that was my Left 4 Dead 2 infected tier list. Let me know what other ideas you guys have. Or, I kind of have some ideas too as well. Maybe I'll do a mutation tier list. Or maybe next I'll do characters tier list. Maybe include like characters like Whitaker and Virgil, whatnot, do a tier list on them. And yeah, that was the infected tier list. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Don't hurt me too much, okay? This is my opinion. Forgot to say that at the beginning of this video, but oh well. This is just my opinion. You don't have to at me, alright? Just chill, relax. Just my opinion. If you want to make a tier list of your own, I would like to see what you think. Even though I did not give that much information. Still, like I said, each one of these special infected or uncommon, common infected, you are just work together better as a team. Pretty much every single infected on here does not work best solo. They work better with a team. Which, I mean, in campaign, you could argue that they never work together, but occasionally, I would say they do because they would spawn 3 infected, special infected at a time. But yeah, it do be like that. Alright. I'm about to head out, so yeah, peace. And I hope you enjoyed. Maybe soon I will work on a Left 4 Dead Funny Moments video, so expect that soon. Alright, peace.